Okay. We have audio. Perfect. Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Today is Monday. Beautiful Monday morning. It's like 72 degrees outside, May 12th. This is Cisco. He's a very sweet little Havanese boy. Yes. Yeah. Oh, he's crying a little bit. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it'd be nice if we didn't have to do this stuff, but we gotta get you groomed. We gotta keep you clean. If you don't know me, my name is AJ. I've been a pet groomer for 15 years. I've groomed, I've probably 10,000 dogs by this point. And I'm going to show you how I groom little Cisco here. To get started, we're going to shave out the goobers under his eyes and his nose. We'll shave his ears, his pads, his sanitary, and then we'll cut his nails, and then we'll head to the back and we'll give him a bath. We'll go ahead and start with our number 10 blade. If I can get this cord untangled. Alright, baby. Cisco doesn't necessarily love being groomed, but he is just an angel for all of the grooming. He does everything I ask of him. It's really nice when you get sweet dogs like this. Okay, nose is done. We'll go ahead and shave the inside of his ears. I'm shaving all the hair that's on the inside that I want to avoid plucking, all of the hair that's on the outside. Because when I pluck the hair out of his ears, I want to make sure I only pluck hair that's inside of his ear. And this helps me ensure that all the hairs on the outside are short so I can't even grab them with my hemostats. Right ear's all done. Can I see this here? Can I see it, sir? Yeah, boy. And if anyone is wanting to do this at home, you can shave against the hair in the ear, on the inside of the ear, but you got to be careful of this little flap on the back. It's pretty easy to accidentally nick it. Okay, his ears are all done. We're going to go ahead and shave pads of his feet now. And for anyone wanting to shave their own dog's pads at home, you want to stay in a V shape following this big top pad. And the V shape puts the bottom edge of your clipper right between the toes, or between the pad and the toes. It's a nice little V. I don't know, I'm gonna fix my camera settings. I don't know which one you're on right now, but there's a nice V. If you do an X on accident, it will go between the toes, and you can actually cut the skin between their toes. You have to be a little careful of that. Boy, Cisco. He's kind of trying to sit on me just a little bit, but it's like the sweetest type of resistance. He's just like, please, can I have my foot back, sir? Please, Mr. AJ, can I just have my foot back? That's good boy, Cisco. Good boy. Okay. One more pad. Good boy. Now the pads are done. We're going to shave his Sanny. I'll go ahead and start from the front by lifting up both of his front legs. You guys might be able to see Cisco's trembling just a little bit. This is what I mean. He doesn't necessarily want to be doing this, but he's being an absolute angel for it. He's not pulling, he's not trying to get away, he's not trying to put his front feet down. He's just a little nervous. Poor boy. Yeah, poor Cisco. Oh. You're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. I know. I'm going to text his mom, see if I can give him treats. I forgot to ask. Okay. Double check the Sammy's done from underneath on the side. A little more. Come around. Check this side. Sweet, we're gonna give him treats. One last step with our number 10. Go ahead and shave his bum. Let's see if Cisco wants a treat. Sometimes when they're nervous, they won't take a treat. It's kind of the same thing with like water. Even dogs that are really thirsty, if they're really nervous, they won't drink and they won't take treats. What's this? Oh, you want some of that? Yeah. No. We'll try after I cut his nails. Put them on the ground. Sometimes that helps. Hey buddy, I'm gonna cut your nails. Oh boy. I know. It's okay, Cisco. I know. Nail trimming is hard for a lot of dogs. Cisco cries a little bit, but he's really not resisting me at all. A little bit of protesting, he's just saying, hey, like, please don't touch my nails. And I'm just like, I know, I'm sorry, buddy. We gotta do it though. We got to do it. You're okay, buddy. I know. I got you. If you've seen any of my other grooms, I've got a few of them where the dogs hate their nails being done. And it's such a big difference watching one of those dogs versus like Cisco. He's complaining a little bit about it, but it's not. Like they literally try to bite, tug, turn around, pull. Some of them try to roll. It's wild when the dogs don't want their nails to be done, how much they can really struggle. And I have to use very different techniques to hold their body and keep them from being able to do all that stuff, all while not trying to be too confrontational with them. With Cisco, he wants to look at me, yes. And a lot of times when a dog turns around like that, it's a little bit of a setup, but he wasn't looking at his foot at all. He was looking right at my face. He's just telling me, hey, please. I know. I'm sorry, sweet boy. Yeah, you're such a good boy, Cisco. Yes, you are. I got you, buddy. I'm gonna be through with this in just a minute. I know. That's funny. If you want to cut your dog's nails at home, I have a video titled How to Cut Dog Nails Perfect Every Time. Pretty in-depth video on how I find out how much you can cut off, how to know when you're done. That's a pretty good little instructional video to do it at home. Got you. Got you. I know. There we go. Nails are all done. Just gonna double check. I believe all his dew claws have been removed. Yeah, he doesn't have any. Okay, Cisco. Okay, buddy. You ready to get down? Yeah, should we put you down? Oh wait, one last thing. Forgot to pluck his ears. I try to pluck the ears before the bath. Good boy. Good boy. And this is why, because I can wipe the dirty hair. Sometimes it's waxy. His ears are really clean. There's really not much, but I can just kind of wipe it on his body to get it off the hemostats. A little shortcut. And that would be disgusting to do if he was already bathed. But we're gonna go clean him off after, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, good job. Good job. All right, let's put you down. Let's see if he'll take a treat now. Let's see if he'll do it on the table first. Okay, sit. Good boy. Oh, he licked it. He licked it. We're getting closer. We'll get him to take it. Okay, let's go on the ground. Okay, good boy. Sit. Good boy. There we go. We got our first treat in. Uh-oh. Gotta chew it up. Good boy. Come here. Let's see. Come here, Cisco. You want a treat? Sit. Good boy. Oh. We got so excited last time that he took it, but now he's not quite as excited. It's okay, buddy. You're silly. Silly boy. Okay, I'm going to turn on the camera in the bathing room. Give me just a moment while we get switched you back there. Sip a little coffee. I'm going to do in the tub. I'm going to warm up the water first. We'll express his anal glands. I'll use the bathing system to wash his body, but then I'll actually turn it off and just have it on the water, and I'll wash his face by hand, and then we'll get him all rinsed off after. Let's go ahead and get the water on. This is a little loud. I had the camera volume turned down, but I haven't listened to it, so I might want to turn the volume down just for a second. Mostly for the blow dryer, but this gets a little loud too. Alright, Cisco. So, first things first, get him turned around. Little suction cups are nice. If you're bathing your dog at home, get one of these from Amazon. They're amazing. They'll stick to your tub and you can help secure your dog in there. So this is an external anal gland expression. It's not going inside the rectum. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but a normal small amount came out. Okay, now we're just going to go ahead and wash his body. Gotcha. Okay, his body's all washed off. We're going to go ahead and keep the soap out of the line. Turn the water pressure way down, nice and low. I'm going to try to avoid getting water in his ears and in his nose. But it's okay if the low pressure water gets in his eyes. His face is wet, and we can apply the soap and scrub it in by hand. It's really important when you're washing them by hand that you make sure that each part that you're washing lathers really well. If it's not lathered, then it's not clean. It's like a really easy mistake to make, especially on some dogs' faces. They're really greasy. You have to reapply the soap 2-3 times. Make sure that it lathers really well. Sometimes rinse it off a couple times too. And as I'm doing this, I'm trying to avoid getting any soap in his eyes. But when I'm rinsing, I'm going to rinse out his eyes with that low water pressure, just in case some got in there. It's really easy to rinse them, and it's a big mistake if you happen to do it and you didn't realize it, it can really irritate their eyes. So you always just rinse out their eyes as if you did get soap in there. But I try really hard not to, and I think that I don't do it most of the time. Cisco. Yeah, you're such a sweet boy. Alright, his face is all washed. We're going to go ahead and rinse him off. Start with his face with low water pressure. Once I get his face done, then I'll turn the pressure up and we'll rinse off the rest of his body. If you're rinsing around the ears and the dogs immediately want to shake, there's a good chance you just got water inside of their ears, and you should let them shake immediately and not try to stop it. They can get that water out, but if you stop them from shaking, then sometimes it won't. And just because they shook once doesn't necessarily mean that you did get water in the ears, but you always want to take the high road and let them have the chance to get it out. High road. I think the high road's not the right word, but you gotta let them have the chance to get it out. Sometimes when the dog's ears get wet, they just shake in general. He's not continuing to shake, so I don't believe that that there's any water in his ears, but he's starting to shiver, so let's keep rinsing him off and keep him warm. final important step of bathing is to squeegee out all this water. And as I'm doing it, I'm checking for any soapy spots. If I feel something slippery, I'll look at my hands to see if there's any soap bubbles. And if there is, you just rinse it off. Easy way to avoid leaving soap on their bodies that a lot of groomers skip. And if you're doing it at home, it's even easier because you probably don't have this as good of a setup. You got to make sure that you're rinsing off their bodies really well, or you can cause a hot spot, which is basically just a section of their skin that's really irritated. The soap's irritating it. They'll often scratch it, and sometimes they'll make it completely raw and bleeding, or they'll lick it. They can lick it raw too if they can reach it with their tongue. Alright, get them over to this drying table, attach them to the leash, and then we'll finish towel drying. I might have to get a second towel. He's still looking a little wet, and this one's pretty soaked. Let's go ahead and do that. If you're bathing your dogs at home, towel drying is often enough to get them dry so that they can just air dry. But if you do have a blow dryer, it fluffs the hair up and makes it really nice. And if you want to step up your home grooming game, you can get one of those cheaper high velocity blow dryers on Amazon. And then when you dry off your dog, they'll be really fluffy and it looks really, really nice. His body is almost dry, and it's almost finished being towel dried. And I know that because as I'm going over the different spots, the towel's not getting wet. And once that happens, then you're all done with towel drying. He just looks at me. He's got the sweetest look in his eyes. Straight eye contact. Such a sweet boy. Yeah. You're such a good boy, Cisco. Now, before we blow dry, it's important to know that these blow dryers are really loud. So I'm going to put little earbuds in. They help lower the decibels, probably like 10 or 15. But I don't have any of these for the dogs, so what I do is I use cotton balls. And for his size, one of these jumbo cotton balls can be torn in half. Oh, let's check them out. So give me one moment. I'll have to run up and grab some more real quick. Come on, Cisco, let's go get cotton balls. like I was saying, one of these jumbo cotton balls for a small dog can usually be torn in half, and it will be an appropriate size to fit in there, block off their ear canal. And if you don't have any earbuds like this yourself, you can take one of these and tear it into like 8 pieces, and those are about the right size for my ears anyways. I've done that several times when I forgot my earbuds. Alright, with the blow drying, I'm going to start on high. I'll dry his body off, and once his body is done, I'll lower it to low speed, and then we'll do his face and his ears. Let's go! All right, we're all done. Cisco's a sweetheart. He got a little wiggly on his face. That's pretty normal, especially around their eyes and their ears. Just turn away a little bit. Nothing bad though. All right, we're gonna get back up front. So let's get those cameras on and I'll see you back up front. We'll finish his haircut. No, Cisco. Okay, though, man. Now, before I finish his face, I'm going to do the tartar removal. Let's see how much he's got on there. A little on all of his teeth. This is a non-surgical, non-invasive service that I offer. I just removed the tartar from the outside of the dog's teeth. If there are any loose ones, I can't touch them. If the gum lines have receded, I can do a little, but there's more than likely going to be tartar underneath the gum line, and I can't do anything about that. The gum lines recede away anytime that there's tartar resting against them for long periods of time. And we're talking like months to years. So if you can avoid that, you can usually avoid the gum lines receding too much. But these small dogs have really crowded mouths, and there isn't typically gum that wraps all the way around all of the front teeth. So they would need regular maintenance like we need, which is like brushing and flossing, which is just completely unrealistic for dogs. Cisco's top teeth are a little bit better, but they're still a little crowded. His bottom teeth are on this front row are pretty bad. Eventually they will need to be pulled, just because they're so crowded. One of them is a little loose. Now I'm getting his bottom canine, or the eye tooth. These teeth are super important for the dog's jaw health. When they lose those bottom eye teeth, or the bottom main canines, their jaws begin to deteriorate, so I've heard. So it's really important that these teeth stay really healthy for the longevity of the dog's jaw. Good boy, Cisco. I'm just going to go over each of the teeth, Scrape off the tartar. Checking the teeth on the bottom. Teeth on the bottom are pretty good. There's a little, but not a lot. Almost done with this side. So there's just 2 more teeth. Okay. Left side of his mouth is done. Now we'll get the right side. That's it. Get a little drink of water. Gotta turn the AC on in here. I'm gonna do that real quick. Now we'll get back and we'll finish the right side of his mouth. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about the tartar that builds up on the inside of their mouths or the inside of their teeth, but their tongue does a good job of preventing that plaque from becoming tartar or preventing as much of it from building up. So the insides of the teeth stay a lot cleaner than the outsides do. And that's where it's just so important to have a regular checkup with your vet. Make sure that the tartar isn't building up really bad on the inside. And getting a service like this where you have the tartar removed from the outside. Combination of those two will usually keep your dog's mouth really clean. I've got his top canine all done. His bottom one. A little difficult. I need to grab a different tool. Get around. Yeah, I better just grab another tool. Really thin. This way I can sneak underneath. One of his top teeth is preventing me from getting the tool where I needed to go for his bottom tooth. So just grab a skinnier one. Get in there. remind you to get a little bit on the inside of one of his little teeth from the bottom. It kind of is sticking out in a way that allows me to get in there. Oh no, another tooth down there. Oh, that's the same tooth. Good boy. Yeah. Yes. Such a sweetheart. Teeth are coming out really clean, getting all this tartar off. Almost there, buddy. Almost there. Okay. Teeth are all done. Good job, Cisco. Good job, little man. Yeah. Oh, he's so cute. We're actually gonna go ahead and sterilize all of these. Alright, for Cisco's haircut, we're going to do a 5/8 inch on his body, 1 inch on his top of his head, and a little bit longer, just a little bit fuller beard, 1 1/4 inch on his beard. Then we'll trim up his ears and his tail. Let's go ahead and start with the top of his head. I always have a number 10 blade underneath my clip-ons. Try to be really careful not to cut any of the hairs on his ear. If you saw me kind of stop and pull back, that's because I was starting to catch the wrong hairs. I didn't want to cut them. Loosen the leash. It's pulling the hairs right behind the head down. I want to make sure that I'm able to cut all of the hairs that are part of his head at the same length. Sometimes the leash will trap hairs that you need to cut, and then they're all long once you move the leash. Alright, top of his head's all done. And we'll go for his cheeks and his chin. There's a little tangle in his beard. Clipper's not wanting to go through it, so I gotta brush that out. These clip-ons will not go through tangles. So if the dog isn't coming in on a regular basis, I'll always have to either go short because they're matted, or I have to brush them out completely before I can do one of these clip-on lengths. So if any of my customers are wondering why I charge a little more for clip-ons, that's why. Stay. Wait. Go. Hold still, little guy. Let's go. Get a little wiggly for this part. Beard's almost brushed out now. Just going to double check underneath his ears. It's another common spot where mats will form. And good to go. Here's Cisco. Good boy. Take these cotton balls out. They're not dirty, so I'll reuse them for cleaning his ears. Okay, his chin's done, top of his head's done. Now we're going to get his body. I'm gonna double check. That's 5/8. Yeah. And we're gonna go ahead and shave his body now. Uh-oh, might have to sneeze. They're not. Hate that. Okay, we're going to blend the back of his head. This is going to be a pretty time-consuming step. Going over his body with this 5/8 blade. I think it's probably going to take me 20 or 30 minutes to get it all the way done. While I'm doing it, I'm going to be taking my brush. I'll be back brushing to get all the hairs to lift up and be even. I'll do it around his neck first so that I can put the leash back up. And I just keep repeating this process of shaving over an area, back brushing, and then shaving over it again until I can see that it's smooth or I'm not able to get any more of the hairs to come off. And if it's still not smooth and I am not able to get any more hairs off with the clipper, I'll usually go over it with my scissors just to get it finished and nice and smooth the way that I like it. Put some music on. This part's going to take a little while. I'm not going to be talking too much. It's kind of just the same thing. Back brush, go over each area. job, buddy. That is next, about done. Put the leash back up. Now we'll start going down his back. Okay, sister. Just being a little wiggly for this front foot, so I'm going to hold on to it, and at the bottom, try to shave the top on the inside, outside, front and back. Oh, Cisco. Okay, buddy. Hold still. Good boy. You're all right. All right, now that the top of his leg and his armpit are all done, I'm going to do a leg lock, which is where I squeeze right above the elbow. And I squeeze it and kind of pull it forward a little bit. And that kind of makes his legs straighten out. You don't have to squeeze too hard. But that's going to allow me to be able to get the bottom of his leg without him being able to bend it too much. And just keep repeating back brush, go over it, over the outside, the inside, the front, and you just repeat all the way around it until everything's all smooth. Okay, that leg's all done. Come around. Do his other front leg, shoulder. Normally you would have to change the blade because the temperature builds up in it and it can burn the dog's skin. But we have a huge, 5/8 of an inch of a barrier between the blade and the dog's skin. So I don't have to change the blades near as often unless it's actually just needing re-oiled. But if you're ever grooming your dog at home and you're shaving, you have to be super, super careful and aware of the blade's temperature. You can burn their skin and cause some major injuries if you're not careful. I got you, buddy. I know. I know, Cisco. Okay, now I'm going to do the leg lock again and get the bottom of his foot, bottom of his leg, I mean. Boy, so strong. Okay, right. Almost there. leg is almost done. Can't remember if he wiggles on his back legs too. Curious to get back there, see how he is. He's being pretty wiggly for his front legs. He would just rather that I didn't shave them, huh? That would be better. Just don't shave my legs, he said. Sorry, little man. Got to do it. Saw a little spot. I wanted to make sure that I'd shaved everything on that back leg. And I'm going to do his belly. I have a little bit of a hard time from the side, so I'm going to lift his front legs up. There we go. Alright, now his front end and his belly are done. We're going to go ahead and get his back legs. Finish his bum. Blend it into his tail. I'm going to be careful around the base of the tail. A lot of times little tangles form right there. So I'm not going to move too fast in case it catches a tangle. okay, Cisco. He's wiggling a little bit, but I wouldn't say quite as much as his front legs. But we can do the leg lock on the back legs just the same way, except instead of the elbow, it's above the knee. Alright, outside's looking pretty good. I feel like I've gotten about as much as I can get. I'm trying to get the inside from underneath. Lift up his opposite leg. Okay, I'll go for the inside of this right leg, same way. Alright, buddy. Blew the hair out of my clipper and right into his face. Sorry, little man. Okay. Alright, I think it's looking pretty good. Just double check the inside one more time. See if I can get it this way. There we go. Able to get both sides a little bit better like this. Okay, good job, Cisco. All done with the clipper. Now we're going to do some brushing. I'm going to brush out his ears and his tail using my detangling leave-in conditioner. We'll spray a little bit on his tail. Take the long bristled slicker brush. Brush out all the mats. You can hear it clicking, scratching over the mats. As soon as it stops making that sound, the mats are all brushed out. go. It's almost all out. Big difference between what it was a minute ago and right now. So the tail's all brushed out. I'll spray both of his ears. Let's do it now. For a snack. Nice and quiet. Okay, here's all brushed out. Double check his chin. 90% sure everything's out of there, but I'm right here, so I might as well just give it a once over. Now we're all done with this brush, put it away. Another sip of coffee. I'll do the feet. I'll back brush everything down to the bottom. Trim everything that comes past the pads of his feet. And we'll flip the feet right side up. Brush everything down and around. And get around the outside and the top of his feet. Put down. Now we'll do this front left foot. Brush all the hair to the bottom of the foot. Cut anything that comes past the pads. Flip the foot up. Around the bottom and the top, or around the outside and the top of the foot. Now I'm just blending up the leg a little bit. Which I probably should have done on the other leg too. I'll go back and do it. See his armpit. Okay, his front legs look like they're all done. Just repeat the same steps on these back feet. Put your foot down. Steady. Good boy. That leg looks good. Finish this last one. Okay, just a little on the inside and front of his leg, and then his legs are all done. Start with it. I missed it. We gotta double check the back left flank too. Yeah, that's somewhere here. Okay, his body and legs are all done. Now we'll do his tail. Looks like I'm running just a tad behind. My next customer is supposed to be here in about 10 minutes. So if I mute the audio and just have you looking at Cisco from the one angle, that's why. We're just doing a light trim on his ears and tail. Yeah, it looks like she's here right now, so hang on just one moment for me. No, listen. Wait. Down. Down. Okay, one more treat. Hey, soft. Gotta hide these from her. Okay, alright, we're gonna finish up Cisco now. Let's see, we were almost done with his tail. Let's go back to that. Our next dog is Lucy. She is a Bernedoodle. She's getting her summer cut. She's a pretty good girl too. If you want to watch her Groom, you can just stay on this stream and it will auto connect as soon as I turn that one on, but it will take like 5 minutes or so. Okay, Cisco's tail is almost done. Now we're going to brush from the top. Brush everything down. Sometimes this exposes just a few hairs that need blended in a little bit better. Okay, tail's all done. Do his ears next. That hair's looking good. Get this last one. The trick with ears is just balance. They need to be the same length on each side and they need to have the same shape at the bottom. Now we'll finish his face. Here's Cisco. And just keep combing these hairs forward, blending it to the line at the front of his eyes. And once everything has come forward, and I'm not seeing anything else that way, and I brush it back up this way, and blend what I've just trimmed into the top of his head. Wait. Loosen this leash a little bit so I can get the back of his head. now I'm just gonna connect the back to the front now that I've set both of the lines. Alrighty. And I'll do the side, blend the top of his head into his cheek. Close. I want his mouth closed so that his chin hairs don't hang down lower than his cheek hairs. It's a really good way to make his face look super funky. You've got the chin shorter than the cheeks. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Now I'll come to the very front, trim his little mustache hairs. These are the hairs that go in his mouth, and they're stained, and I don't want him to have stained hairs. And I don't want him to be pulling hairs into his mouth anyways, so we just trim these right to his upper lip. Okay, that looks good. And now that that upper lip is done, I can pull the hairs on his muzzle forward and blend them in with the chin that we just set. Alright, now we'll do the same thing on his right side. Wait. Good boy. Let's go ahead and contact his owners. Should be done in about 10 minutes. Hang on. Now we can finish his cut. Wait, okay. Come on, Cisco. Well, work with me here, buddy. Stay. Wait. Okay, the side of his face is all done. Now we're going to blend the side into the cheek and chin. Wait, where's this going? Come here, Waffly. We're almost there. Hold still, wigglworm. Stay. Good boy. Wait, 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 wait. Let's just go. We are so close, little man. So close. Okay, his face is really, really close. I'm going to clean out his ears, try to get him to shake his head, and see if that'll fluff up the last few hairs that I need to cut. You're so beautiful. I love you so much. Love your haircut. Yeah. Wait. Dude, come on. Hold us, let's go. Stay. I know you don't really have anything in your ears, but you still have to make sure that the cleaner. Still gotta get in there. Okay. Take advantage of that shake. Okay, Cisco. Clean another ear and then you're done. Silly guy. Yeah, you're so cute. Okay, everybody, that is the end of Cisco's haircut. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you want to see My next one, just hang tight for about 5 minutes, and then we'll get her on the table and we'll start the next stream. So say bye, Cisco. Bye-bye.